Hello, my friend. Debra here with another episode of Answers About Alzheimer's. But we don't just talk about Alzheimer's here. We talk about all different types of dementia. If you're here, it means that you're probably struggling and you got a lot going on. And I get it. I've been there, done that, and I know firsthand exactly how you're feeling. In fact, if you wouldn't mind, put in the chat and let me know how you're feeling. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling defeated, angry? Are you feeling like you're all alone on this deserted island? Are you feeling like you're kind of trapped and that you've lost control? Because I'm here to tell you that you can get control over dementia. And I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but I can prove it to you. Anyway, I have a couple of, I have something free for you at the end of the video, so make sure you watch until the end. I'm going to have a free gift for you. Today I want to talk about a really, really important topic, and this comes up a lot. I do a lot of TikTok lives and Instagram lives. I go live most days. But I try to answer a lot of your questions. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, where else am I? I'm all over the place. But I'm here for you and I want to help. So one of the questions that I see, it's probably my most second frequently asked question, and that is, will I get dementia? My mom has it, my dad has it, my grandma has it. Will I get dementia? And that's a very concerning question. So, you can go and have like these DNA testing, and there are some DNA testings that can tell you what your risk is. I don't want to know. But if you do want to know, you can check into some of those DNA testings. I'm not sure which ones actually do that or not, but I know there are some out there that can predict that. So the question of, will I get dementia because it runs in my family, or my mom had it and my dad had it, or my mom and my grandma had it, am I going to get it? Because I know it's scary and I think about it a lot myself. Will I have dementia? It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying to think about. So the answer is, I don't know. But there are some risk factors that we do need to consider. So in particular, Alzheimer's disease is the most common type of dementia. There's actually over 100 different types of dementia, in case you weren't aware of that. But Alzheimer's disease is the most common form of dementia. And the biggest risk factor for Alzheimer's disease is actually your age. So if you reach age 85, you have a 50% chance. That's pretty high. So that's the biggest risk factor. The other one is if you're a woman. And then the other risk factors, most of them are much less significant, right? So family history is not a really big indicator for Alzheimer's disease in particular if you're going to get dementia. So age is the most important, but family history for Alzheimer's disease is really not a very significant risk factor. So, however, there are some other dementias that family history is more of a risk factor. So let's talk about those. The first one is Lewy body dementia. And Lewy body dementia is my favorite dementia, but that's because I love a challenge. And Lewy body dementia has a lot of challenges. 80% of people with Lewy body dementia suffer from very vivid hallucinations, sleep disorders. They can become violent. And so it's really, really important to get educated on how to manage behaviors and hallucinations, which, by the way, I can definitely help you with that. Definitely 100% easy peasy in a snap. But Lewy body dementia is a higher family risk factor, but it's only significant if it's a first degree family member who has had Lewy body dementia. So a first degree family member would be your mother or your father, or your brother or your sister. So if any of them have been diagnosed with Lewy body dementia, that does increase your risk of developing Lewy body dementia. The other dementia that family history can play in effect to a risk factor would be Parkinson's disease. And Parkinson's disease affects the dopamine levels in the brain. And I forget the percentage, but by the time it's diagnosed, like, it's a significant decline in dopamine. And dopamine is a chemical that helps send the signals through the neurons. Parkinson's medications must be taken on time within 5 to 10 minutes of the dose time, or it can significantly increase the symptoms like rigidity, tremors, thinking and cognition, things like that, falling, all that kind of stuff. So Parkinson's disease increases your risk if your family has it, but only if you have several family members who were diagnosed with Parkinson's. So not just one, right, or even two. It has to be several family members that have been diagnosed with Parkinson's. That's only going to increase your risk. All right, so only if you've had several family members. So will you get dementia? I don't know. Will I get dementia? I don't know. I do have another video that talks about how to reduce your risk of getting dementia. You got to learn new things, like hard things, like a language, right? Stay socially active. The more social we are, the more physical activity that we have. Get a good night's rest. Have a good diet. Don't smoke. Don't drink. You know the drill. Come on. It's all the same stuff, right? What's good for the heart's good for the brain. So, can you reduce your risk? Sure, you can. But nothing's a guarantee, right? And I think rather than obsessing or focusing on the future, let's try to deal with right now, right? Let's work with now. Let's get through today. Let's stay together as a team and a group and support each other and help each other through these really tough times. And that's what I'm really good at. So I told you that I had a gift for you, and I do. So this gift is a free PDF. It's available on my website, which is located down below. There's a link, answersaboutalz.org. And when you go to answersaboutalz.org, we have a free resources tab. And under that tab, you're going to find this PDF. It's called Understanding Different Types of Dementia. And what this document, why it's so important, because maybe your loved one doesn't have a diagnosis and you want to know the different symptoms, or maybe your loved one has been diagnosed, but you're thinking maybe they have a different type of dementia, because it is actually very common for the diagnosis to change over time when there's more facts and information gathered. But we're also finding now that after autopsy, most people who have been diagnosed with dementia actually at autopsy are showing 2 or even 3 different types at the same time. So this document can help you look at the different symptoms, and you may be able to take this to your doctor's attention and say, you know what, I know you diagnosed Mom with Alzheimer's disease, but I'm also seeing signs from Lewy body or frontotemporal or vascular dementia, because it's very, very common to have more than one type of dementia. So this is a really great resource for you to have on hand, because let's face it, most doctors, when they diagnose you, they're kind of done in the diagnosing. They're not constantly searching for a second or a third diagnosis on top of what they've already done. They kind of feel like, okay, been there, done that. Even though they should know that most people end up having more than one diagnosis, but I don't think that they do. This document also has the average life expectancies, which a lot of people do kind of ask, how long will my loved one last? And these are all averages, right? Because the average for Alzheimer's disease, the average is 9 years. My mother had the 20-year plan, and she probably would have lived longer than that if my brother hadn't killed her. So, by the way, that video is on this YouTube channel. It's called What I Wish I Knew Before My Brother Killed My Mom. Please watch that. You'll hear my whole sad story, and you'll hear why I do what I do and why I'm so compassionate about helping others to get the answers that they need to care for their loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia. I also have a best-selling book for you. You cannot get more information for $19.99 anywhere on the planet about dementia. This book is chocked full of great ideas for you: behaviors, communication, hallucinations, activities, bathing, end of life, you name it. It's in here. It's amazing. And the last thing I just want to let you know is I'm here for you. I've taken 18 years, and I'm here for you. And I'm not going to let you go, because this is a movement, and it's important. And I know how much you need it, because I've been there. I've walked in your shoes, and I know how rough it is. So I'm Debra Costu. Take a deep breath and keep watching these videos. There are so much great information on this channel for you, and I've made it just for you. So welcome, and make sure that you subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye. Would you like to get these same results? This course comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. Join me for the next session before the class is full. To apply, go to answersoboutalz.org or give us a call at 585-775-5949 today.